Hey, look at that. We're live. What's up, everyone? Aaron Nagler here with Cheesehead TV, coming to you live Wednesday morning. The Packers will be back on the practice field later this morning, I believe. Early practice, or maybe early afternoon. Can't remember the exact time, but they'll be on the practice field today. We'll hear from Mike Zimmer shortly after I get off this chat, actually. And we'll hear from LaFleur. And later this afternoon, after practice, we will hear from Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. Can you feel it? That's right. It's game week. Oh, my goodness. Can't believe we're here. Good morning to everybody in the comments. Good to see everybody mixing it up. Aaron Nagler in the morning. What's up, Medlock? How are you, man? Good morning from Winter Garden, Florida. Jeff, good morning from New York City. Fun fact, when my wife and I lived near Green Bay, our next door neighbor was the Gutekunst family. Look at that. Wonderful people. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Ken, good morning. How are you, buddy? Robert, hello. How are you? Hey, Aaron, how are you? Eric, I'm well. I had a rough night as far as sleep goes. I had one of those fall asleep a little bit too early and then wake up a little real early. So I was up at like 4:45, threw on the Vikings game from last year and watched that, as one does. Dustin, thank you for the super chat. Packers trade a second-round pick for a wide receiver to get Olive Dog. Yeah, I don't think so. I think all of that is fiction, but it is a good attempt. Gary, yo, good morning. Charles, ask Zimmer what it's going to be like with the NFL distancing the type of sound pumped into U.S. Bank Stadium. Yeah, I'm sure that will be a topic that's brought up. I'm much more interested in his post-game handshake etiquette myself, but we'll see. Good morning from Tennessee. Good morning from New York. How are you? Bigger year for DeGuara or Dillon? Ooh, Daniel. I'll go with Dillon just because I think he'll get more opportunities earlier. That's not to say that DeGuara won't eventually, but I think Dillon will see his way onto the field much earlier, probably than DeGuara, at least as a significant part of the offense. Jesse, thanks for the super chat. Your best guess as to why the snacks deal didn't happen. Break the horn. Well, I don't have any concrete information. I did hear that, as he confirmed yesterday, Ross's report from a few months ago, that the Packers made a offer. I heard it was a very generous offer, a significant one. And he has really struggled with whether he wants to play again or not. Anybody who saw his interview after the last game of the season last year, he gave a very emotional interview at his locker about whether he was going to continue playing or not. I think partly it's whether he wants to play or not. I do think something else I've heard is that he's concerned about playing in the cold because he has arthritis in his knees. So you throw all that in, you throw it in the mix, and I can understand why he's reticent. Now, maybe after week one, when the Packers don't have to guarantee a salary, they make another push. Well, like we know now, they certainly have tried. So we'll see what comes of it. I wouldn't close the door on it completely yet. I think it's mostly closed, but there's a sliver there. Patrick, thanks for the super chat. I have Bobby Burns Mountain Dog for Olive. You guys, I love the love for Olive getting a dog, but it is not going to happen. I appreciate it, though. Chris, thanks for the super chat. Are you aware of plans the NFL has for an in-stadium environment similar to NHL/NBA, big screens, etc. in the stands? I haven't heard anything about big screens or fake fans or virtual fans for the broadcast partners. All we've heard about is the noise, which, as I told you guys yesterday, I think is dumb. But yeah, I haven't heard anything as far as cutouts or fans, fake or otherwise, screens, what have you. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen and or they haven't had those conversations, but they certainly haven't been made public if they have. Mike, thanks for the super chat. Any chance Bakhtiari chooses to leave Green Bay with 12 near the end? Yeah, of course. And I don't think it'll have anything to do with Aaron Rodgers. It'll have everything to do with what they're willing to pay him. It ain't show friends, it's show business. When the Packers show him the money, he'll stick around. It won't be about Aaron Rodgers. Chip, thanks for the super chat. How long you've been doing live chats, and is there an archive? I've been wanting to watch videos from around Run the Table or the Arizona Hail Mary. I don't think I was doing lives back then. Or maybe I can't remember. I know I started them on the beat. So that would be what? 2000. It was after Run the Table. Oh, no, it was the year of Run the Table. That's right. 2016 was my first year on the beat. So there you go. Go back and look at the Packers News archives. they would be available for that. As far as the Arizona Hail Mary, I wasn't doing them back then. Let me see. Greetings from Germany. Greetings from New York. What's up? How much does no crowd affect the flows and emotional moments of the game, like big kicks and turnovers? We'll find out. No one really knows, man. Everyone's flying blind, although it was really interesting to go watch the week 2 game between the Vikings and the Packers. You know, the energy of Lambeau is just going to be so impossible to replicate. And say big plays where guys are mugging to the crowd, or Jamal Williams scores that first touchdown and he gets up and he immediately starts dancing for the crowd. I'm sure he'll still dance because he's Jamal Williams, but there won't be any of that give and take. So, yeah, I think everybody's kind of wondering how it's going to look and how it's going to feel. I got to think that, and we've talked to a few of the players about this, they know they have to bring the energy. It's on them to pump each other up because the crowd won't be there. Unicorn, thanks for the super chat. Snacks flirting with Bears to up the offer with us. Oh, there's no doubt the man's gotten several offers. It's not just Green Bay who's interested. I don't think he's using anyone for leverage here. I think he's genuinely sought after, has options, and is really struggling with whether he wants to continue playing. I don't think there's any gamesmanship there. G. Quinn, thanks for the super chat. Bowl prediction for our week 1 game, and what's the best way to get your foot in the door in Green Bay? You mean with the team? With the franchise? Like as a job? Man, I don't know. You're asking the wrong dude in that regard. But as far as bold predictions for the week 1 game, put me down for bold predictions. Mike Zimmer actually shakes Matt LaFleur's hand after the game, win or lose. How's that? Worried about inside linebacker? Nope. I only worry about my children. If there's a team that has shown that they can work with one functional inside backer over the course of the last, 10 years, it's the Green Bay Packers, and specifically Mike Pettin. We'll just see more dime. And I don't know how we can even see more dime than we did last year, considering they ran more dime than anyone else. So they'll just continue to do that. That's what I see. Aaron, yes or no? Will Devontae Adams throw a complete pass to Aaron Rodgers this year? No. Santiago, thanks for the super chat. Any chance a team signs Kaepernick, Barcelona Packer, Black Lives Matter? Santiago, I appreciate the sentiments. Thanks for the super chat. I would be completely floored and or shocked. Don't forget, there was all that buzz, a couple months ago, like, there were going to be teams talking to his representatives, etc. Maybe they're get him a workout, whatever. None of that happened. Not only did he not get a workout, no one ever talked to his reps. Man, the NFL is doing everything they can. I mean, what are they? They're throwing out Queen Latifah now, I believe, for some opening show, to try to placate the Black Lives Matter crowd, which is, of course, ridiculous. Everything they're doing is just all for, some kind of facade of, we get it now. No, you don't. Colin's still unemployed. It's a joke. Not your question, but their response. David, thanks for the super chat. Greetings from Minnesota. Love your chats. Vikings suck and go Pack go. David, that's possibly the most economic, perfectly stated super chat I've ever received. Thanks very much. Thanks for the support. Means a lot. Do you think the defense can hold Cook under 100 yards? Woo, baby. It'll be close. It'll be close. I'm going to say probably not. But hey, let him eat a little bit. I understand that you just want to avoid the big touchdown run like he had last year in week 2. But if you can hold him, and this is sad that this is victory in Green Bay, but if you can hold him to 4 yards per carry, between 4 and 5, that's a win for Green Bay, considering the last time we saw them on the football field. G. Quinn again, thanks for the super chat. Do injury reports come out today? Yes, they do. We'll get them later this afternoon after practice. Their only chance is Cook. I don't know about that. I wouldn't be so dismissive of what Cousins could do given time. Now, time is the question, right? I do think our secondary will lock down for the most part, but Thielen is still very talented. Cook out of the backfield, that's a problem. And Cousins has a way of hitting a deep shot now and then that really breaks the Packers' back. Whether he's in Minnesota, whether he's been in Washington, he's had that knack. So I agree with you that Cook is their focal point. There's zero question there, but it's not like they're totally bereft. And don't forget about Jefferson, the rookie. That kid looks legit, and he could he could put up some scary numbers this year. And I think the Packers are lucky to be getting them right out of the gate. Get his first NFL action before he knows what the hell is going on. Undoubtedly, we'll see him again, obviously, in Lambeau, but I think that kid's going to be a real weapon for them eventually. Maybe even starting week 1. We'll see. Bryson, thanks for the super chat. If they rush Z up the middle on early downs, could that help against the run? I mean, yes and no. We saw the 49ers make a complete mockery of that idea back in January. Now, you need those horses to run it, and you need to be able to get outside and deal with whatever edge setters you find out there. Obviously, the 49ers did. They did a good job of scheming that stuff up. And you got to think Kubiak will have been watching that tape all off season long. So I think Z in the middle is a fun idea on passing downs. On early downs, not so sure. Not so sure I'm down with that. What else we got? Andrew, thanks for the super chat. Don't know if you saw the Packer kickoff stuff, but why is, in this day and age, is the organization associating with Chewy? Because he's an alum. And hey, given everything that happened back in the day, so to speak, the man has paid whatever penance he needed to pay in regards to the incident. I don't listen to his stuff on the radio. I certainly don't follow any of his takes, what have you. But he was part of a Super Bowl champion. It's not like I can completely forget that. And neither can the Packers. A nuclear family, thanks for the super chat. What's the actual job of an NFL insider? Is it just to be friends with important people? What happens to people who leak news to Schefter and Rappaport? Well, that's a really involved question. Let me I'll just put this here. Okay, both of those guys have done incredible work building their careers as far as it's a relationship business, is knowing people, getting to know people, getting people to trust you. That is a huge component of the job. And Schefter especially has been doing it longer than anybody, is the best in the biz. There's no question about it. However, I'll let you in on a little secret when it comes to Schefter, Rappaport, and a lot of people who break news in the league. In this day and age, especially if they're on television, not only are they getting that information from agents, they're getting that information from agents who work for the same agency they do. A lot of times you'll see guys break news because whoever it is that's signing or getting traded, etc., is represented by the same people that represent the talent you're watching on your television screen. Now, again, this isn't a blanket thing. It's not every single deal, but it does happen quite a bit more than I think the average fan is aware. And again, it's not to knock their hustle because those guys have worked their ass off to put themselves in the position they're in. But that does happen. That's a little behind the curtain peek for you. Unicorn, thanks again. What kind of curds do you prefer on your protein? Incredibly well done video last night, by the way. I love seeing people's heads explode in the comments. Well, I don't even read the comments. I just hit mute conversation and move along. Life's too short. But thank you. What kind of curds do I prefer? The ones in front of me. I know people are real particular sometimes. I am not. Nags, would you rather drink 5 warm spotted cows or listen to a Winston Moss press conference for 2 hours straight? Brian, thanks for the super chat. I'm going to go with the 5 warm spotted cows. I don't ever want to deal with a Winston Moss press conference ever again. Absolutely. Speaking of someone in the comments, all up in their feelings, calling me a commie POS. Brian, I love you, brother. Comrade, I should say. Let's see what else we got. I think I missed a super chat. Sorry, guys. Hold 2 seconds. I got that one. I missed this one. Wilson Naturescapes, thanks for the super chat. How do you think they'll prepare and match up their secondary on Devontae Adams? Well, I am of the belief that clearly they're going to want to roll coverage that way. I don't know that they have someone who can lock up with him one-on-one. And here's the fun part about Zimmer's defense is, especially last year, they had real trouble dealing with people from the slot. And I suspect that we will see a lot more, especially now that they don't have a guy in Rhodes who would travel with him. We'll see Adams moved around a lot and kicked inside probably more than usual to try and take advantage of some of the stuff that Zimmer likes to do, some of his go-to coverages, calls, what have you. Now, as far as like if they're going to put somebody on him, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. There's a lot of new faces back there. I think whatever happens, they're going to be rolling coverage that way, and it's going to be down to guys like Lazard and MVS and the tight ends to make hay when they're given one-on-one opportunities. Because if anything, especially after you watch the games last year, I mean, Devontae went to town both of those games. So I think they got to change their approach a little bit. See what else we got here. Got those. All right. Ishmael, thanks for the super chat. I have noticed that Kyle Shanahan's system doesn't rely on the best route runners. Looking at the 49ers wide receivers draft history, will the system help the wide receivers? A little bit, I think. You got to remember, Kyle has been doing this for a very long time, much longer than Matt has. And he has developed a very effective system when it comes to not only getting wide receivers open, but making things very confusing on the defensive side of the ball, at least initially after the snap, and giving guys false looks and making them take false steps and creating that kind of area for receivers to run into. And not to mention a quick passing game that gets the ball out of the quarterback's hands. There's no doubt that there will be some of that in Green Bay. How much? I don't think it'll ever look like the 49ers look, just because, like I said, Kyle is one of the best, if not the best in the business doing it right now. What is the game day schedule for Cheesehead TV? I'm glad you asked. I'll be going live an hour before the game for our pregame show. So this week, that'll be at noon Eastern, 11 Central. We'll be live for an hour before the game. And then we'll transition to our watch party for the game itself. So Corey and I both, myself from our New York studio, Corey from his home in Green Bay, we'll be watching the game along with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then after the game, we will have an hour-long post-game show. It's pretty much just setting up myself from the studio, and we'll listen to the press conferences. We'll have a simulcast with the guys at iHeart, a shorter version of what I did last year, basically, and then get all of your reactions from the game each and every week, all 16 games. It's going to be a lot of fun. So about 5 hours of live streaming each and every week. Transplants, yes, Old Timer Dave. And then Transplants will return a week from tonight, people. September 16th, 5 p.m. Eastern. Set your calendars for the return of Packer Transplants. It's going to be a hoot. Michael, thanks for the super chat. Which player do you think takes the biggest jump from last year to this year? Rashawn Gary. No question about it. Now, some of that will just be down to the fact that he'll be on the field more and actually have a chance to make a difference and, put up some productive numbers. But there's zero question that his, I don't want to say coming out party, but he is about to announce his presence. Maybe not completely in week one, but throughout this season, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And it's going to be fun to watch. Cheese TV needs some eye candy. What? This doesn't do it for you? By the way, I don't know what Cheese TV is. Maybe that's some thing that Foamation does. This is Cheesehead TV. We use our heads. I don't know. I was going to go somewhere really bad with that, but I'm refraining because I'm older and wiser and more mature now. Any news updates on Kettle of Fish? Mark, nothing official, but it doesn't look good. It does not look good. I know Patrick is dealing with a landlord who is pretty unforgiving at this point. The state and the federal government have really abandoned these folks, people who run smaller venues, smaller bars. There's been no relief, no rent relief, no stimulus to help them get through these times. And I know Patrick sounds like he's on his last legs. So I do think Kettle of Fish will continue on someplace else. But in the location it's at right now, I don't think it's long for this world, which really sucks. Do you think Gary has more than a bull rush? His offseason videos look like he's gotten slimmer and faster. Garrett, I can confirm 1,000% he has more than a bull rush. Watched him down in and down out during camp for 2 weeks, and the man has added to his pass rush arsenal. Just get ready. Thoughts on Kirksey so far? Philip, everything that he was advertised to be prior to his injuries. He is sideline to sideline. He had the first interception of Rodgers in camp. Probably should have had another a couple days later. Really sound as far as his responsibilities go, always where the ball is going, flowing, etc. I think they got a player there. Now, we all know, and we said it all summer, he's got to stay healthy. And now, given the issues behind him, he's really got to stay healthy. But yes, He is every bit the player you saw from his tape prior to injury in Cleveland. And I'm excited to watch him start in week 1. All right, guys, I got to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers with me. And hey, it's not too late. They're shipping, I believe, today. Today, you can still get in on the 2020 official yearbook of the Green Bay Packers. That's right. Just go to packersyearbook.com. That's packersyearbook.com. Use code CHTVBook. That's CHTVBook. And you get 10% off your order. Get it delivered directly to your door. Probably won't have it by the week 1 game, but you'll have it for the rest of the season. It's a great, great memento of the season. Great art, wonderful articles, everything you want to know about this team. It's highly recommended. I'm going to have mine soon. Can't wait. I've seen the PDF, but I can't wait to have the physical copy. Yeah, you should get on that. And hey, while you're here, please hit like, hit subscribe on the channel. And if you're so inclined, please consider giving us $5 a month on our Patreon page, patreon.com/cheeseheadtv. $5 a month is all we ask, and it supports everything we do, including 5 hours of live streaming each and every game day. But if you can't, I understand. It's a crazy world we live in. Not everybody's got $5 a month to throw around. So please just hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack Go.